Today we are going to talk about University of Ibadan, the premier university of Nigeria and one of the best universities in Nigeria and in Africa at large. I have seen, heard and received a lot of questions candidates asking about this university. Most importantly, this question that candidates ask often, and the question is if their JAMB score is enough to gain admission into the university. So in this video, I'll be discussing with you how to know if your JAMB score is enough to gain admission into the University of Ibadan, and also some of the important things you need to know about the university. So stay with me. Before I proceed, if you are new here, I'm Kosim. On this channel we make videos on education and career guides, so feel free to join the community by subscribing to this channel so that you can receive notification whenever we upload another video. I'm sure it is not a news if I tell you that University of Ibadan is one of the most chosen universities in Nigeria. Thousands of candidates apply to this university every year, and the university end up admitting just small percentage of these candidates. There was a year where about 33,000 candidates applied to the University of Ibadan, and the university admitted not up to 4,000 out of these candidates. So this is telling us how competitive is the University of Ibadan. If you want to secure admission into this university, you have to play your game well and make sure you are doing the right thing. I decided to come up with this video when I saw some questions candidates asking in the university Facebook group, like candidates asking they have scores like 240, 230, 290 if it is enough for them to gain admission into their choosing course. There are some important things you need to know even before talking about if your JAMB score is enough to gain admission into the University of Ibadan. And the first thing I would like to talk about is the mode of admission of the university. In 2016, the federal government of Nigeria and the Joint Admission Matriculation Board decided to scrap post-UTME that year. And that year, all the university did not do post-UTME. The following year, the federal government and JAMB realized that that method will not work. They decided to leave it for the universities to decide whatever mode of admission they want to adopt. So University of Ibadan pick up post-UTME again. What I'm trying to say is that University of Ibadan today still write post-UTME. So candidate needs to write post-UTME before he or she can gain admission into the university. There are some universities that they take your JAMB, your post-UTME score and your whole level into consideration before you can be given admission. But for University of Ibadan, the only thing they need to calculate your aggregate is your JAMB score and your post-UTME result. I'm not saying that your O level is not important. It is very, very important you have the minimum required O level, and that's also part of your criteria, but it will not be the part of your aggregate total points. One of the important things you also have to know is the usual of O level, sittings and awaiting results. So for people who ask questions that if University of Ibadan will accept awaiting results, it's always yes. Like I said earlier, that the whole level is not part of what they are going to use to come up with your aggregate points. So you can still use your awaiting results to apply for the University of Ibadan post-UTME, and when the result is out, you tender it probably during screening when you get to the school. So if you are asking or you want to know if University of Ibadan accept awaiting results, I'm telling you that it's yes. Now let's talk about the O-level sittings. What you generally know about O-level requirements is to have 5 relevant subjects with not less than C6 in each of the subjects and also not more than 2 sittings. But the University of Ibadan has something quite different from this. Now if you are applying to the University of Ibadan and you are using 1 sitting of O-level, then the requirement remains the same. You need to have 5 relevant O-level subjects with not less than C6 in each of the subjects. But if you are using 2 sittings of O-level to apply for admission into the University of Ibadan, you need to have more than this. You need to have 6 good relevant O-level subjects with not less than C6 grade. And it's important for you to know more and know what are the 6 compulsory subjects or 5 compulsory subjects you should have. So you can check the JAMB brochure or check the university portal when the post-UTME registration is on. Those are the important things I actually want you to know and understand before I go into exactly what this video is all about, and that is how to know if your JAMB score is enough for you to gain admission into the University of Ibadan. The candidate asks, What is my chance to study medical laboratory science with 259 score in JAMB? And one candidate commented under the post that 211 here and I'm still going for medical laboratory science, that is MLS. When you are applying into the University of Ibadan, you should first know what is the aggregate cutoff mark for your choosing course last year. So if you have this, you can be able to determine if the JAMB score you are holding will be enough for you to gain admission into the university. Having known the cutoff mark for your choosing course last year, what you need to do is to divide your JAMB by 8. So after dividing that your JAMB by 8, you subtract it from the cutoff mark of that of last year. What you get, you multiply it by 2. So what you get multiplied by 2 is what you need to get in the post-UTME to determine if you are having a chance to gain admission into the university. Now let's use the case of the candidates I've mentioned earlier to give the example of this. Now the candidate that scored 259 in JAMB are applying for MLS. So the aggregate cutoff point for MLS last year was 67.5. Let's round it up to 68.5, different from that of last year. Let's divide the JAMB score of this candidate by 8. Here I got 32.375. The 32.375 is what this candidate is having for his JAMB point, that is over 50. So we need to determine what this candidate needs to get in post-UTME before he or she can stand a chance to gain admission into the university. The point we get from dividing the JAMB by 8, which is 32.375, will be subtracted from the cutoff point of last year, which is 68. After we round it up, 68 minus 32.375 will give us 35.625. So this 35.625, I say let's make it 36. For us to now know the mark that these candidates have to get in post-UTME before dividing it by 2 to give us over 50 is to multiply this what we have got by 2. So you have to multiply 36 by 2. So multiplying 36 by 2 will give us 72. So it means that this candidate needs to get 72 all over 100 in the UI post-UTME before he or she can stand a chance of gaining admission into the university. So the question we are going to ask ourselves now is that, is it possible for that candidate to get 72 in post-UTME? Yes, very, very possible. For someone that could score 259 in JAMB, me, I think it is very, very possible if the person sits more tight to get up to 72 in the post-UTME. So to me, the person is having a chance. Now, let's go to that of the other candidate that commented that, yeah, I have 211 and I'm still going for MLS. No, that candidate have 211 in his JAMB, so let's divide it by 8. When I divided 211 by 8, I got 26.375. That is what this candidate have over 50 as his JAMB percentage point. I'm going to subtract it from 68, which is the aggregate cutoff mark of last year. So 68 minus 26.375 gave me 41.625. Let's just approximate it to 41.6. 41.6 is what this candidate with 211 in JAMB score need to have before he or she can stand a chance of gaining admission into the university. Now, if you multiply that 41.6 multiplied by 2, it will give us 83.25. This candidate that scored 211 in JAMB need to score 83.25 before he or she can stand a chance to gain admission into the University of Ibadan. If we are going to use that score to judge that particular person, we have to be frank with ourselves. We can say that that candidate may not be able to get up to that. After calculating this, if you know that you're having a chance, then you can continue to opt in the university post-UTME from when it is out. Sit tight and prepare well for the post-UTME. After calculating this and you realize that you're having a very low chance of getting admission with your JAMB score, then it's important for you to do either changing of course or you change from the university. If you're having a good O-level result, you can use that to broaden your chance in another university that puts O-level into consideration. I wish you best of luck and I pray you are not wasting another year of yours at all. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also make sure you like this video because it will go a long way to help this video reach a larger number of people so that it can benefit them too. See you in another interesting video. Bye for now.